GM. Welcome back to Noun O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We're watching the end of the auction for Noun 1256, Oshi Gallery's Noun, hopefully. This beautiful sunrise kangaroo. If you want to follow along with us, nounoclock.live or nono.wtf is the place to be. You can go to either one of those. They'll take you to the same place right here. We've got 1 minute and 20 seconds left on this auction, so you're going to want to go there quick. We've also got the end of the Yellow Collective auction coming up very soon, if it hasn't ended already. And it has ended already, 0.33 going to collector noun number 319. We're going to talk about the remaining nouns there. We just minted 3 nouns. Somebody already settled that auction, so we're going to talk about those in a second. For the time being, we've got a little under a minute left on the nouns auction. So Symbiotek, how you doing today? It's a Sunday. My voice is gone.
Sorry, I was stuck in the yellow auction.
Yeah,
I'm working off mobile today, so I don't have any. Everything's happening in tabs.
All good. Oh, well, we got another bid. AlexSM.eth coming in for this sunrise kangaroo. I wonder if he thinks it's a donkey. A lot of people do.
Maybe.
Either way, if you are not there already, 9o'clock.live or nomo.wtf, and you can pick up today's Nomo noun, this beautiful pirate ship. I said yesterday that a certain Yellow Collective member was going to pick up like 50 of these, and I was right. He did.
Yes.
Literally 50 of them. So that was
to the
gratifying.
There was a Pirates Bay direct chat on Warpcast.
It's a good time. But in the meantime, let's check out the Yellow Collective auction. So collective number 319 went to 0xA0B9 for 0.033. And we minted 3 other nouns, 320, 321, and 322. And by the time we get through those, the nouns auction should be about over. So 320 is a laughing sloth. Absolutely beautiful. We've got a sloth head on a yellow background with an LMAO accessory. That's adorable. For collective noun number 321, a train conductor. Quite literally, we've got a train head wearing a suit with a purple tie, a gray suit, purple tie, based background. And for collective noun number 322, we have a broken-hearted Nounie. Oh no, yeah. I'm not applauding that.
I had to take a job at UPS.
That's so sad. that gets an organic POAP noise.
Moist.
What the fuck, Woody?
So collective noun number 322. Yeah, I mean, what else was I gonna play? Collective noun number 322, the broken-hearted Nounie, like you said, got a job at UPS. But that just between funding rounds, it's fine. We've all been there. So if you want to pick this up, yellowcollective.xyz is the place to be. If you are joining us on YouTube or Twitter and you want to check out any of the links that we talk about today, you can join the tavern. That is going to be in the description, the link to which is going to be in the description of the stream on YouTube or Twitter. Either way. In the meantime, we've got 2 minutes left on this auction, 3.09 from AlexSM.eth. You might be taking this one home. I don't know if we're going to see another bid. 3.09 is pretty significant. 74DD still has a little bit of wiggle room to play with. Oh, there it is. 74DD back in the running with a 3.16 bid. You might be seeing a little bit of a bidding war. I don't know. It depends on how much these individuals really, really like this Oshi Gallery kangaroo. I keep calling it that. I do hope that they manage to take it. It's no big deal if they can't, but
the sunrise spring disco kangaroo.
Yeah, see, that
Since
doesn't
they're
roll
about
off
to
the
head
tongue
into the
as well, does it?
not like capybara. Capybara.
Capybara. Capybara, capybara, Do I have that? I don't think I have that sound on my soundboard. I don't.
That's a shame.
I mean, I've got other stuff. I've got
Yeah.
stuff that we haven't used in a while.
Plenty.
I haven't used this button in a minute.
I got it wrong.
I love it. I love it. Makes me excited for Halloween.
I even have.
Go up and get my own
What
rock.
in tarnation you trying to do, you bird brain?
Just doing my duty, Sheriff.
Recognize that.
Oh yeah. Tarnation? For
What
sure.
in tarnation are you trying to do, bird brain? I'm just doing my duty, Sheriff. Nutsy and
Which
Trigger.
one was the clip is the question.
It's Nutsy and Trigger from Robin Hood.
Yeah.
I love
But
that.
you're responsible for the second delivery, were you not?
The second delivery? Oh,
Yeah, didn't you
the
play a
second.
clip
Oh
and
yeah,
then
the
do it
second one was
yourself?
me. That wasn't the soundboard.
It's like
listen.
that show about cake. Is it cake? Was it you?
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to tell whether it's actually me or the soundboard, but mercifully, usually the reason it's hard to tell is because it's me on the soundboard. See?
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't an actual cartoon character. It's not on purpose, I promise. Oh, Alex SM back in the running with a 3.3 bid. And 0cc8 already has one noun. Also seems to be jumping into the race. We might be sitting here for a little while.
Also, it's up there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous noun. I would understand it.
I just
So-
did this so I could mint a pirate ship.
I mean, it's a
Not.
beautiful pirate ship. I also am realizing that I haven't logged in with my wallet on Nomo, which everyone should do now since they have time. Because as soon as we're done playing FOMO, as soon as we're done picking a noun, you're going to want to sign in with your wallet anyway, so that we can play a little bit of Nomo nouns. Pick the next noun that's going to be up as an open edition on the right-hand side of the screen here. But until then, it's been an eventful couple of days. At the same time, it has been not eventful at all, which is an interesting and entirely useless way of putting it. I never realized how many legal experts there were in nouns.
Isn't it remarkable?
Here that's a word.
I thought it was only prof.
It does feel weird that people are debating the relative merits of this as if it hasn't clearly been discussed. It would be different if there were if the foundation lawyers were actually joining in the conversation and we're going like, okay, yeah, this, that, and the other thing. But at this point, it feels like people are just scrambling in the dark for anything that they can do to not have to KYC to get funding. And also, I don't know that everybody gets that you don't need to KYC to buy a noun. I feel like people are forgetting that, or maybe they just don't realize it in the first place. But you don't.
Very unfortunate.
You don't need to KYC to get funding, even under Aduna. Like, that's not a thing. I don't know. I don't I don't like the Duna, but I don't like the idea of us being in an unsafe place, regulatorily speaking, much more than I don't like the Duna.
Fair.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody is happy with this, but at the same time, like, you know,
I feel like it's get on board, buddy, kind of energy.
a little.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still, and I know we keep coming back to this, but it every time I talk about it, I just go back to it's a marshmallow test. And the longer we are looking at it, the more I'm like, huh, this is turning out much differently than I expected it to.
Yeah. Less squish.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how it pans out. There's been a lot of conversation. I have been DM'd by last count 7 different people that I know of, because I have like DMs from randos on Warpcast turned off. So like, and I've gotten a bunch of those and I just don't look at them. But so there's a possibility that there's more in there. But I've been DM'd by 7 different people that I'm like mutuals with, asking me to come to the Nouncil and start discussing this. And I'm just like, I don't like I have opinions, but none of them are informed.
Right.
And I'm realizing that might not stop most people, but I don't necessarily feel like sharing anything if I don't, it's like I don't write a vote with reason unless I have something to say. Same deal.
Also fair.
Anyway, we've got less than 30 seconds left on the auction. If you're not there already, nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. We have got 15 seconds left now, and we're going to play a little bit of FOMO. I think Alex SM is picking up his first noun at 3.3 ETH. And yep, it's too late for another bid to come in. Congratulations to Alex SM. We're going to see if we can hunt you down and get you on the show. But now it is time for FOMO. If you've been here before, you know the drill, but if you're just joining us for the first time, this is a game that we play every single day called FOMO Nouns. The way it works is pretty simple. You see a noun you like, you give it a thumbs up. You see a noun you don't like, you click the thumbs down. When we see enough thumbs up on one noun in the first 2 seconds or so, that is going to be the noun that goes on auction for the next 24 hours. We are still looking for a few different nouns. So some of the ones that we have on the list are wizard hat, beer head, weed, any of that degen kind of stuff. We are still looking for a pirate ship. We got one on Nomo yesterday, but we haven't gotten a main net noun with a pirate ship head yet, so that would be ideal. Actually, this Nomo that we got yesterday would be perfect because Black Noggles is no longer the requirement, but it was part of the original request. So if we can manage it, I would love that. But of course, nouns are still randomly generated, so there is no guarantee of that being the case. But yeah, other than that, we've got, let's see, I don't know what other requests we have. Let me double check. Because I know we had a couple more. I think we're still looking for a CRT. We got the kangaroo, but I don't know if Oshi didn't get it. So we might be looking for another kangaroo, but since we just had one, I don't know if we want to do another one. And we were vaguely looking for a frog before, but I don't think we are anymore.
Well, let's get a pirate ship. That's
Banana jams.
Like pretty close to Ben there with the vinyl and the
Yeah,
props, Flora novels.
definitely. This is a calendar that you mark on when you have a math test. A bit of a reach, I know, but
yeah.
Best I could do on short
tie-dye
notice.
pickle with the missing arm.
I do kind of like that, yeah. The green swirl blending in.
Yeah. Ooh, there it is.
I mean, listen, I know we just got one. I know people aren't going to vote up on this, but I had to.
Yeah, well, I'll screen cap. We went 2 for 2.
I'm streaming these things to YouTube and Twitter.
I know. I like to stick it in the face right away.
You know what? That's absolutely fair.
Oh.
Okay, it looks like Fiverr.eth is settling this curling stone. I don't recognize that DNS, but that's okay because now it is time for Nomo. So if you're not there already, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf, you're going to want to sign in with your wallet. Make sure you're on Optimism or your clicks will not be counted. You see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your favorite from among them. Spam click it with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo noun of the day, which is going to be an open edition that is up on sale for the next 24 hours for just 0.00069 ETH. That's about $1.77 at the moment. 100% of the proceeds go to supporting the Yellow Collective auctions. So they're like Yellow Collective treasuries, rather. A couple good ones in here. I really like that ghost. It might be because it has the same knuckles and body color as my noun.
Look at all the reds, eh? There's a lot of red ones.
Yeah. Safety basketball is fun too.
Yeah.
Send that one a pipe.
Double braided.
CRT with the ETH accessory is fun too, but whatever we get, choose your character now. I'm gonna save this bank too, the bonsai on the wall. I really like. No, I might be lagging a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm definitely lagging. Surprising number of people like the sparkly lock. Alright, I'm gonna be seeing this last round late, but that's okay.
Lock versus
Sparkly Lock versus Sunset Scale Left. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight! Sparkly Lock wins. Fatality.
I actually really like this one.
onion lock.
It's like the opposite of a master lock. This one is shiny and useful. I
recently bought a lock.
What kind?
Master.
Why?
I didn't choose. I sent.
Oh,
someone
okay.
to
So you were
do
just
it.
getting like a keychain or something.
No, I was locking up my studio stuff in a sea can.
Uh,
Left it out west.
I have always been really bad about forgetting my keys inside my apartment.
Yes.
And so in college, largely through necessity, I got really good at picking locks.
Nice.
And
So you remember your pick set, but not your.
No, I didn't remember
not
a
your
pick set.
actual
I would
key.
just keep like, pins and stuff in my hair or whatever.
Yeah.
And then hopefully, I was with somebody that had a screwdriver. Then I could use for a torque wrench. But so I
Why
got really good at
wouldn't you
picking
be?
locks with whatever I happened to have on me at the time. There was there was one scenario where I didn't have any of
my
them.
brother.
I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, no, it's so but over the time of doing that, people would notice like, oh, you're good at picking locks, and they would get me to help them get access to stuff without having to like, clip a lock or whatever with bolt cutters. And I would go in there and every time I ran into a master lock, I wound up having a favorite tool for picking a master lock, which was a hammer. Because they are so universally shoddily made that you can just smack the top of them and it literally just jiggles them all into place and they fall open. It's ridiculous. You can open a master lock with a master lock by smacking it. It's bizarre that this company is still in business. But no, the one time where I couldn't pick my way into my apartment, it was because I was going out with my friend. I used to live like downtown in the city my college was near, like in the middle of downtown, and it was like a 1 block walk to, you know how every college town has that one street that has like 20 million bars on it? So it was like I was like 1 block from there, and there was this one bar that we always loved to go to, and the door closed, and the door locks automatically, and so my keys were stuck inside. I knew they were in there because I did not intend to lock the door behind me. I was just going to check something. She thought I had my keys. I didn't. Um, and so she's freaking out because she's got anxiety and she's panicking. And first I'm like, all right, well, I'll see if I can contact the super. And this, of course, this is like, late at night on a Thursday or something. It's like 1 a.m. He's not going to come out. And then I tried calling. I was like, oh, well, there's a locksmith like a couple blocks away. I'll see if they're open. They weren't. And eventually I just got fed up with it. I went up to the top floor. I found an apartment that had lights coming out from under the front door. So I knocked on it. And I said, hey, weird question. Can I borrow your fire escape? I locked myself out of my apartment and I need to break into my own place. And she was like, sure. And just like let me out her window. I climbed up her fire escape, jumped up onto the roof, walked across the roof, jumped down onto my own fire escape, walked down, and just opened my bathroom window that I knew I had left open. All while my friend thinks that I'm going to like see if I could go outside to find a locksmith, I guess, because I sort of changed my mind on the stairwell. And then I just opened the door from the inside with my keys in hand. I'm like, let's go. And she's like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I went up to the roof and then went back down and broke in through the window. And she's like, if I was not here to watch you do this, I would not believe that it happened. And she's like, wait, how many of the other ridiculous stories have you told were actually true? And I was like, all of them. What, did you think I was making shit up? And she was like, yes!
I was talking into a closed mic. Like, it sounds like a romantic comedy.
It really does, doesn't it? I mean, it kind of was.
2-night stand.
Tried 6 year, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun. So we've done our shenanigans. We minted 5. Well, we minted 4 nouns, and another one got minted. I do like the curling stone with the winter sweater. I think that's fun.
Likewise.
And that is a fun looking noun with the disco noggles. I like that a lot. So if you want to pick up Nomo Noun number 1257, which we've got on the stream right now, you could do so at 9o'clock.live or nomo.wtf for just 0.00069 ETH. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. If you would like to bid on today's Yellow Collective noun, this broken-hearted nounie, you can do so at yellowcollective.xyz. Current minimum bid of 0.01 from our very own Symbiotech, who's on stage. With that done,
I like it.
and with my tangent out of the way.
Fantastic reminder to like stay on top of things and not end up having to take a job at UPS in this bearish time.
Jesus Christ. Are we in a bear? Is that what's happening? Because Nomo was like $1.40 like a week ago. So I feel like,
yeah,
based solely on the price of Nomo, things have kind of recovered.
Yeah, a little, but not enough.
You're never satisfied, are you?
Trying to protect the ETH for that moment when it drops $1,300 and you have to sell anyway.
Yeah, like I don't know.
That's all right.
I'm not a trader, so maybe my opinion just isn't relevant here. But
when your scope is watching Nomo go up and down and saying, "Oh, ETH must be strong."
Yeah, well, no, like this is the thing: is it's like either way, and this is either an incredibly ignorant point of view or an incredibly healthy one. Is that either way? When I look at ETH, when I look at the price of ETH, when it goes up, I'm like, oh, cool, the ETH that I have is worth more. And when it goes down, I'm like, oh, cool. The ETH is discounted and it's easier for people to get, involved in what we're doing. And like, yes, there are downsides to both of these things. And I could very easily look at the same thing and go like, oh, ETH is down, and so I have less in my account in terms of USD. Although that doesn't really matter because one ETH is one ETH, and when I need something, I just offload it whenever I have it. And then, or on the other side, it's like, oh, ETH is up, and it's it's going to be harder for people who who are interested in this ecosystem and interested in getting involved to get involved in the first place. So like they both have downsides and they both have upsides. To me, it feels so easy to just be like, yeah, there are bright sides to this in either direction, and it's so easy to look at them.
41 was talking about denominating in USDC potentially for the Duna.
Oh.
I don't know how that potentially works on a project on Ethereum, but I suppose it could just be part of the front end. And I'm not saying that he said that was any certainty. I just seem to recall from the Noun Square call that being a point of discussion. But it makes sense for the mechanic they're trying to put in place to stream and offload. Wow. But yeah, I'm down for a light show if you are.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot going on. We can just talk about the current props that we have up real quick. And then I think we can call it a day. So I'll just pull those up directly on the stream, because why not? So here's what we've got in store at the moment. We've only got 3 active props right now. We have got Unstake 1,000 ETH. That's going to pass. It ends in 2 hours. It's 82 to 4. It needs 74 to pass. We're good. And then the 2 Noundry props, the bunk bed head is 17 to 22, and the abacus head is 8 to 25. It doesn't look like either of these ones are going to pass, and a lot of the feedback seems to be pretty much the same of like, I like this idea in theory, but not in current execution. So, we'll see how that goes. And finally, lower fork threshold to 10% is editable for another 10 hours. So we'll see how that goes. Frankly, it scares me, but we'll see where that ends up. But otherwise, honestly, there's a lot of great conversations happening around the Duna, but they're mostly happening, as far as I'm aware, in the Nounsel Discord and in the Nouns Duna channel, and as well as in the Nouns channel. I think a lot of people don't necessarily realize that the Nouns Duna channel exists, so they're just typing in the Nouns channel about it, which is fine. People are, mostly Seneca is quoting everything into the Duna channel as well for anybody who is following that instead. So we'll see where that goes. It's definitely going to be interesting. Whatever way it turns out, it feels like this is going to be, season 4 of Nouns in a lot of ways. Anyway.
Season 4.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we sort of demarcate it based on major events, right? So like the start of season 2 is when is in October 2 years ago on Halloween when the Discord shut down, for instance.
All right. Yeah.
The only other thing that I want to bring up is that we have got a whole bunch of rounds going on right now. So if you are primarily an artist of any stripe, but there's a whole bunch of other things going on. So the Nouns Animators, the Sunnies edition, that ends in 20 hours. We actually had a really, really sweet, I believe it was an entry into that in the Yellow Collective by Gem. So definitely check that out. Base builds. Rounds.wtf base builds, it ends in 21 hours. Nouns Draws, I think, also ends pretty soon. Yeah, 19 hours on that, and this is for Nouns Deli, who incidentally did an incredible activation with Ronald McDonald House recently. So I would go and look into that if you haven't. We streamed some little sneak previews of some videos they have coming out if they're not out already the other day. So definitely check that out if you haven't. There's the NOC round to submit memes about the current noun into /NOC on Warpcast, and you can get rewarded. The Edu Nouns coloring book, or coloring sheet for children round is still up for another 22 hours. So a lot of things are ending in the next 24 hours. Definitely go to rounds.wtf. Just go to the Discover page and scroll through, because there's a lot of really cool stuff here that is available for you to check out. Nounish environmental impact ends in 2 days and 19 hours, and that's a really big one that I really like. 0.5 ETH up for grabs just for doing something that has a positive impact on your environment. So yeah, with that done, I think that's pretty much everything we had to talk about. Might as well
just
keep
mention that the Network State Conference is either going on or has come and gone, but it should be available on YouTube. NetworkStateConference.com, I believe. And
Sweet.
I watched a number of the presentations overnight. It's Singapore time, so I was kind of up late traveling in your sphere for a change now that I'm back.
I am not nocturnal. I am crepuscular. There is a
I was
difference.
on grandparent time out west. Like literally, the places I was staying, 9:30 or 10 o'clock was the time most folks retired in the household. So I shifted my usual, because I am a night owl as well.
Mood.
Typically.
Yeah, recently I've been waking up at like 4 a.m., staying awake until like 9 a.m., and then going back to sleep, and then waking up before the show. It's been a nightmare.
Yeah. Usually that happens in the overnights when we're doing like split shifts. So
See, I'm fine with the overnight shows. I just have a normal schedule.
Up for them. I just can't go back to sleep after them very often.
I don't go to bed before them. I wake up like a couple hours before, and I go to bed a few hours after. Overnight shows are the middle of the day for me. My circadian rhythm is basically in Australia. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Micronesia. Yeah.
It's rough, but all right, I'm gonna play us out. So thanks everybody for coming to Down O'Clock live at the Noun Square. I've been Robot Fish Girl. We're gonna be back here once again tomorrow. Gonna be starting at 3:43-ish p.m. EST, 3:40-ish EST. So if you want to join us to see who picks up this curling stone, you can do so then. In the meantime, don't forget to pick up the Nomo Noun. Don't forget to bid on the Yellow Collective. And if you have a noun, don't forget to vote. There's also a bunch of zero-weight votes up at the moment, so check those out too. And if you've got opinions on the Nouns Duna, it seems like everyone has, some or more, feel free to share those. The Nounsel Discord is open to anybody. You don't have to be a Nounsel member to join, and there's a lot of good discussion happening in there. I was asked to share that. I'm not actually part of it at the moment. So definitely check that out if you are at all interested, as well as the /nouns-duna channel in Warpcast, and the Nouns channel in Warpcast is where a lot of good conversations happening. So with that out of the way, we'll see you tomorrow.